All right. Good to see you again, Mary.
Oh yeah. Hi Seth, how you doing?
Doing well. Yeah. So today we're talking about the advantages of a name,
Hmm.
which we want to explore that. Yesterday, we or in our first conversation, we kind of just we spoke about, generally speaking, what motivated you to write this book on, you know, a name, the power of a name. And today we want to take it further to talk about the advantages of a name. I know yesterday you kind of mentioned some of them in passing. Today we want
Yeah,
to kind of concentrate
delve in more.
and just talk about them. So the ball is on your court, just like they say.
The ball is rolling and it's right there on my court.
Yeah.
Okay. So the power of a name, just like we've the context which the book is actually built on is really built on understanding the advantage. And just like I said yesterday, I believe that when people really are keyed into the advantage of creating a powerful name, which is what the book aims to achieve or help people do. Um, I guess understanding, the advantage, which is what we're talking about today, might just help someone to be actually inspired, excuse me, to go for it. All right. So without further ado, um, so the first thing I would say, which I mentioned yesterday, is a powerful name gives you access. It gives you access to many things. It gives you access to possibilities, opportunities. It gives you access to knowledge. It gives you access to power. It gives you access to um, basically just look at it as, you know, being able to open that strong door. Okay, so it does give you access. Okay, another thing I mentioned yesterday was it
All
does
right.
give you
All
an
right. Hold on.
hold on,
Not too fast.
not too fast. Don't roll it quick.
Yeah, we want to explore this concept of access because that is very key. A powerful name, gives you this. It opens a lot of doors. I am a living
Hmm.
example to that, and
Hmm.
but this is not my book, so it's not my. I'm
But
not gonna
maybe you want to share too.
I'm not gonna share my anecdotes because I want you. So tell us at least one or two anecdotes about this. I know I kind of asked you some of these questions yesterday, but it's
Yesterday.
not bad. Think about a different anecdote. How have you seen a powerful name open a door for you? A particular name opening a door for you specifically.
Well, um, so like I mentioned yesterday, the access that I got, specifically at a really young age, just because of where my position and where I was working, and that opened me up to access, top management of other companies, just because of um, the name, the company name. All right. Um, I mean, I'm sure many people can bear witness to that in terms of the companies they work for, and the moment they say, "Oh, I work for XYZ company," if it's a company that has a powerful name, you are accorded a different kind of respect just by the name of the company that you work with. All right. Um, that's one way you can look at it. It could also be that you've also experienced schools. If you say, "Oh, I did a course in Harvard, for instance, and I remember um, when I was done with the course, I put it up on my LinkedIn, and it was interesting. The feedback I started getting from CEOs and people that they were sending me congratulations and all that, and I knew that it was the name. It was Harvard that was the attraction. It wasn't so much of what I had accomplished. It was where I accomplished, or with the name that I was able to make that accomplishment. So you see, that's what I mean by access. What
So
access are you getting, right?
that's quite true. So we have this job that we usually do. I went to Yale.
Yes,
We
exactly.
usually do these Yale Harvard jokes, uh, this rivalry stuff. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I can tell you that I am a living testimony of that. I have several degrees, but sometimes people don't even care when I say, "Well, I have these so master's degrees." They just go, "Okay." But when they hear, "Oh, I actually
I
have
went to Yale.
one from Yale," now they want to listen to
Now
you.
they wanted.
That it may not necessarily be that the quality of education I got from
No,
Yale was
yeah.
better than some of these other places I went to, which were also
Mhm.
good schools, but because they don't have the name of Yale and stuff like that, so just that name Yale, people want to, oh, who is this guy? That type of thing. Yeah. So
So so
that
that is
resonates.
absolutely absolutely. So you see, that's why in this book we are focused on the fact, you need to build a name, whether your business, your whether your own name, better still your name, so that you can apply it to any business. And an example could be Trump, right? So literally, Trump is his name, but his business name. All right.
Mhm,
Not necessarily saying that you have to use your name as your business name, but the point is, when you build your name, whatever company that you place the name on, all right,
mhm, mhm,
whether you being the CEO or you being the president or you sitting on the board, it just gives that business, it just gives that business the power that your name, you've transferred the power in your name. So that's why I said better still if it's so you need to, if it's your business and your name, so you need to build both of them.
So let me give you a hypothetical scenario. Let's assume the power of a name comes out, it is published, and for some reasons, through divine providence. I mean, this can happen through some kind of divine providence, and you got featured on Oprah. Oprah decides to interview. You know that you're already a number one bestseller, right?
There you
if,
go.
if
There you
if
go.
Oprah interviews you, even if it is a 2-minute interview, and she holds your book and she says, check this book
And
out, you know that automatically it launches you to New York Times number one bestseller because of the name.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, just
yeah,
because Oprah said so.
yeah,
That's how powerful it is.
yeah.
And and sadly, though, a lot of people might just buy the book and house it and never really open it.
Yes,
But
that's true.
it just feels like, oh, Oprah said so, so we need to do it. But
This is
that's
a
what we're
book that
talking about.
if I
If
don't
I
buy,
don't buy it,
I'm losing out.
I'm losing out. So yeah, so that's one of the things I'm talking about. Like, the power of a name gives you access.
Mhm,
It opens the door for you. A powerful name gives you access. It gives you access to opportunities, to blessings. It gives you access. And I always like to use the scripture as, as a foundation to, because that's where I really got this from, where we also have access to God through a name. You know what I mean? So
mhm, mhm,
we cannot, you come to the Father in the name of the Son, Jesus. So you can't access the Father without coming through that name. Because when you come to that through that name, it's a different ball game.
Mhm.
All right. So a name gives you access even to God, even to
Right.
God.
That's
You
right.
know, it's a name that is giving you access. So, and I mean, you don't want to overemphasize. I mean, in the book, we'll probably talk a lot more about what access is and why access is important, just in case someone just missed out on what access should do for them. But of course, we understand that getting access to what you want, there is a name that helps you get there. It's just one name.
Awesome. Awesome. So that is one of the advantages. I don't know how many you want to share, but go for it.
I've got
Go
lots
for
of it here.
Please do. Please do. We need all of them.
All of it.
Mhm.
So I talked about access, so I could say a name opens doors. All right. So access is also open doors. Um, so and then in the case of open doors, it's a name is a key, you know. So when you have a door, if you don't have the key, you can't get in. All right. With a powerful name, your name can now become the key to opening a door or opening doors. All right. So example, you went to Yale, right? So you're probably in the alumni, the Yale alumni, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so your name is written there. Yale knows your name exactly.
I'm
Now
part
your
of the
son
I'm
want
part of the alumni association. As a matter of fact,
association
we even have an app where we only strictly Yale graduates
for
chats
Yale graduates, so
and
you meet each
connections
other.
too. And you usually see
Absolutely.
people that just graduated from Yale, they don't know you just because you're a Yale graduate like them. So we have had
Yes.
stories of people being CEOs of organizations and people applying
Mm.
for a job when they see the Yale, because the guy graduated from Yale, when he sees a
They
Yale,
want to
that
talk
is,
to exactly.
they would even want to employ that person, you know.
Exactly,
You know,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
So I was going to say, so imagine tomorrow your son or your daughter, or, wants to go to Yale, right?
Mhm.
Now your name or the access, your name becomes the door opener
That's true.
for them to get into that institution because my father went here, my father's name is known here, so I'm going to come by that name. So the child is going to come and say, well, my father is an alumni here, right? And I'm his, and people, and they're going to check it out and they see, oh yeah, this name, and then things start to happen.
As
It
a
feels like
matter
a
of
door
fact,
is just unlocked.
sorry to
Mhm.
interject. As a matter of
Sure.
fact, Harvard, Yale, and some of these big places, big schools, it's part of their admission policy. If you are filling the form, if you are applying, they ask you whether you have a relation that has graduated,
That's it,
which tells
so
you you already have an advantage. So it is much easier for the child of a graduate of such institutions to get in than
to
someone just like, yeah.
absolutely. So a name is like the key. A name is the key, all right? And it opens doors, all right? So yes, that's why it's important for you to build a name that can become a key that opens doors not just for you, but for many other people, for your loved ones, for your family, for your community, etc. All right. And um, uh, a name. So another thing is a name attracts. It attracts kings. It attracts. It attracts good things to you. Um, when uh, um, when Jesus was born, all right, and it was, I mean, he because of who he is and who he was, um, he attracted, the three wise men from the east who came bearing gifts. All right, the shepherds heard about his birth. All right, now there were so many kids that were born that day, right? But this is a special kid. This is a kid with a name. This is a kid with a name, right? And his name also had the translation as king, right? Because the wise men said a king has been born, so that's on the scriptural part of things. All right, it attracts kings. But even as as people, you would understand that if you have a powerful name, maybe you do it already, or maybe other people do it already. Someone with a powerful name, you just have this drawing. If you want to draw close to the person, you're like going
It's
to
like,
go with a gift.
yeah, it's like they have a magnetic force, that
Yes,
draws people to them.
So you attract good things, you attract gifts. People just want to give you things.
Even if
And
you
you
have in super
and you already
abundance.
have, no, you even already have. All right, but people just want to give you things. People just want to bless you for some reason, and you already
And
have this
this is funny, right? But I once preached about this. I don't want to turn this into preaching,
No,
whatever.
please
But
go ahead.
I once preached about this, but that is reality. Poor people or people that are underprivileged find it difficult to understand why rich people only give gifts
Have
to rich
more.
people. And
Yes.
I usually say, even it's a scriptural principle, because
Yes.
Jesus said, to him who has more, more will be given.
More will be given to him.
So
Absolutely.
the
Him
poor
that has
person,
more,
yeah,
yes,
the
more is
poor
given.
person and the underprivileged person looks at it and thinks this is injustice. I mean, it doesn't make sense. This is ridiculous that somebody that already has, for instance, if Dangote wants to celebrate his birthday, or if his daughter, he wants to give his daughter in marriage,
Oh my goodness.
many people will give him cows and things that he doesn't need,
Things
right?
he doesn't even need.
But if someone that does not have the name, that is even struggling to pay the bride price, wants to get money, and he goes to the same people, they may not even listen to him, not to say, giving him something. And sometimes people that are underprivileged will just feel that rich people are wicked, they are not thinking right, they are foolish, they are stupid, and they are callous. It's not true. It's the power of a name. It's the power of the
Absolutely.
name. The
It's the
power
power
of
of
the
the name.
name attracts. So I love this point
Attracts.
so much. It
Yes.
has this magnetic force that it
Force.
attracts people, and it doesn't make sense naturally that if I have, I should be giving more, but it's just that power of attraction. Yeah.
Now, one of the things that people might say, oh, can you have a name when you're poor? Well, even the Bible says that the wisdom, it's in Proverbs, the wisdom of a poor man is like it's despised. Wisdom, the man is wise. The Bible has attended to the fact that he is wise, but
So
the wisdom of a poor man is despised.
that's very true. So here's the thing, right? I just love this conversation, because and this will make a very, very powerful point in your book. That is why this book is a bestseller anyway.
Yes, it is a bestseller with Oprah checking us out.
Yeah, she's gonna, you never know, miracles happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's true. I've had situations, or I have seen, or some of them have happened to me directly. Some I've observed in this short life of mine, that you see someone that is not well known or not that respected because he doesn't have the name, making valuable contribution about things, and nobody even listens.
Nobody
And in
listens.
the same setting, in the same meeting, this person has said something. No, I mean, history. It happens sometimes, unfortunately, in churches.
Yeah.
Someone has said something valuable. No, everybody just kind of, okay, all right, next, right? And another person stands up, but
Yeah.
because he has a name, all of a
Yes.
sudden everybody wants to hear what he wants to say.
He wants to say.
And this person has stolen from that other person's
The
point.
person just says exactly what the next person, the
Yes.
last person said. And
He doesn't
everybody
even
goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
he
whoa,
doesn't
yes,
even
yes.
say it as captivating as that other
That's
person.
good.
But he said
Absolutely.
everybody's like writing that, oh
Clapping,
wow,
right?
this is the climax
Oh,
of
a
this
gem
meeting.
just dropped.
Thank you so much for your point. And you begin to, and that other person, poor person, sits down there and is like, what has just happened?
What has just happened?
And sometimes the poor person, even because he doesn't have a name, because of the way his point has been ignored, and this person's the same point, and you'll be like, okay, maybe I made some grammatical, maybe I wasn't clear,
maybe I wasn't articulate.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't confident.
That's the second guess himself.
And he begins to feel, well, I guess I don't know how to speak. It's not true. It's just that that name thing that is playing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then there's another. The thing is, also, remember that poverty is not just poverty in material things. There's poverty of the mind. So you also find rich people that are poor in their minds, and because of that limitation, they also lack what they should be benefiting from, which is what we're talking about. They lack that mentality, because a rich man, or rather someone who has a powerful name, like I said yesterday, most times it's not necessarily only, although you're intentional about it and you should be, it's not merely because you're intentional to become to have a powerful name. That consciousness just helps you to take the right steps, which we'll talk about in this book. But more importantly is the fact that when you have a like I said yesterday, it is the manifestation of purpose which creates impact, which creates legacy, and that's what enriches your name. That's what makes your name powerful. All right. In the scriptures, the story that comes to mind is a story where the disciple, some boys thought, okay, let's go and do some miracle by ourselves and cast out some demon. And they've been watching Jesus and the disciples and seeing how they've been, doing their thing. And they thought it was just a matter of that. And they went to do the same thing. And you know how the story goes. They got bitten up.
The demons terrorizing them, right?
Terrorized them, beat them up real bad.
They said, Jesus, I know.
I know.
Paul, I know.
Paul, I know.
Who are you? The 7 sons of Sceva.
The 7 sons, absolutely. The 7 sons of Sceva. Yeah. And it was like, I know this person. I know that person. I know them by name. I know them. But at the end of the day, they got bitten up, which is what happens. It is the impact. It is the manifestation of purpose and the impact that Jesus and the disciples had within the community that made even the demons say, I know these guys. These guys, I know them by their works, the things they've been doing. You, who are you? Where are you coming from?
And let's put that in context. Don't forget, those were demons.
Absolutely, exactly.
Demons even know good things. They know who has a name.
Absolutely, they even know who has a name. There you go. They even know who has a name. So so you see, so the power of a name is, um it's so it's it's so it's so reawakening that I can't believe I'm just, getting the hang of it myself.
Mhm, mhm,
Because it's such a it's such an enriching principles that I think that if we merely have the consciousness and actually start building, because it's something that you build, it's not something that you get in one day. But the first step, like I said yesterday, is wanting it, knowing that you need it, then being very intentional, then start to take the steps which we would, state in this book. Then you start to take those steps towards getting, building a powerful name,
mm,
or creating a powerful name.
mm. Oh, awesome.
Okay, so I can reel out some more.
Please
um
go ahead. I want you to
okay.
exhaust everything. We need to have all the content for
Oh
this
God.
chapter.
All right. So the other thing is influence. Okay, a powerful name makes you very influential. Influence. Hopefully, you become influential positively. But even people with powerful names influence, use it for the wrong purpose. But we'll just stick to the positive side of things here, which we hope that people can create a powerful name and use this for. So you can use this to influence behavior, um, to influence positive change in your community. You can use this to influence peace, prosperity. You can use this to influence people to take the right action, to do the right thing for themselves, and which invariably uh, creates a wholesome community, a wholesome nation, etc. All right. When you have this powerful name, you become an influence. You become somebody that other people want to know or hear from. You become somebody who people are eager to learn from. All right, and like we said, it's the manifestation of purpose. So you're making impact. You're touching lives. All right. Now you become a powerful influence. All right. Now we read from the Bible, and sometimes I think we underestimate how powerful those things were. In the sense that, think about it. In those days, 5,000 people in one place. That's like that's like a billion people right now.
Mhm, mhm,
All
mhm,
right. And Jesus was speaking to these 5,000 people with no microphone. He was standing on the mountain, and maybe the echoes were, helping the people to see. But they were happy to come out from wherever it is to sit at his feet and to listen to him. It's not just because he was God, it's because people had heard several things about him that was impactful, positive, transformational, and they wanted to come experience it themselves. So that powerful influence is born out of him manifesting purpose. All right. And the more influence you have, the more. So it's like a chicken and egg situation, where you have the powerful name, you create influence, then you have a more powerful name.
mhm,
All right. So it just goes on that cycle, and then you keep growing and growing and growing. All right.
mhm,
So a powerful name creates gives you influence, the ability to influence people, and automatically it puts you in a place of leadership. And I'm not talking about political leadership only, but leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is guidance, being able to guide people, being able to show people the way to go and the right way to go. All right. So if you have a powerful name, it automatically puts you in a place of leadership, where people want to be guided by you, where you need to guide other people, uh, uh, where you are placed in that space where people listen to you. People listen to you. Not that you're not that you're lording it over them, but they're willing out of they want to listen to you. They call you and say, no, we want to make you king. We want to make you a leader. All right. And I've seen that happen several times. All right. A, a powerful name gives you authority. Obviously, it creates opportunities for others, because when you have a powerful name and you become all these things that we're talking about, you're influential, you're a leader, blah blah, you're the key, and you open doors. You can only now imagine how much more you can do, how much impact, how much how much you can do for people around you and people across the world. All right. How much you can be the one giving them access, all right, to create their own powerful name. All right. It gives you recognition. It makes you a ruler, not in a bad way, but it makes you have the authority to um to govern things, to be in a place of rulership. And then it also, obviously, then you gives you it gives you assets, it gives you dominion. All right. You are able to create legacy. I've talked about open doors, financial freedom. Yeah. So it gives you, it also yes, it also helps with attestation. All right. People can attest to who you are easily. All right. So if the sons of Sceva had a name, they could have been an attestation, to say, when the question was, who are you? They would have said, we are the children of da, 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 da. But they didn't even know who they were, right? They didn't have a powerful name. And so it also helps with easy identification. So it's very easy for people to identify who you are. They're able to trust you because they know who you are, because they can easily identify who you are. And when I keep saying this I keep talking about it more, sounding like a personal, like it has to be something that is for a person. But this same principles are applicable to businesses. They are applicable to anything that has a name. All right, you can make anything that has a name powerful. I mean, look at when the children of Israel built a calf and gave it a powerful name and started bowing to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anything that has a name has the potential of being powerful. It's what the emphasis here is: you already have identification, you already have a name, but what is your name doing for you? All right. What have you built that name into that helps you to achieve all these advantages?
Wow. Those are some powerful um some powerful points there about the power of a name and the advantages specifically. There are just so many advantages.
So
I
many.
believe we'll explore. I hope you have exhausted what you have. If you haven't,
Yes,
please.
I just want to stop there.
Okay, all right. So I know there are just too many advantages of having a
Yes.
name, and you have done quite well in talking about most of them, giving practical examples about some of these things. And of course, there will be a lot of examples in the book about some of these things. So once again, thank you so much, Mary. The book is already coming alive. It's already there.
Yes, yes, yes,
it's
yes. It's
it's
coming
it's not
together.
something. It's not a thought now. It has
Yes.
already transitioned from that position of a thought to something that is already concrete. So yeah, I think we are good for tonight.
So that's it.
Yeah, we
you
can
know.
go off then and do some housekeeping stuff behind the scene.
So if there's, yeah, so as many people that see this, just look, keep following us, and then you would know when the book is all set and
Mhm.
done, and you might want to be one of the first
People to
people to
pre-order.
catch,
Mhm.
to order this book.
Mhm.
It's an amazing project that we're very, very passionate about,
We are.
and
You can see
we
we are two passionate people.
yes. And I'm really passionate about people being able to start that journey
Mhm.
and document that journey as well, like
Mhm.
how they build, because it's not something that will happen in one, and then you would have different levels of a powerful name. All
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
A name that influences 100, a name that influences 1,000, a name that influences millions, and it keeps growing. But the
Mhm.
main thing is to grow and build that powerful name.
Mhm.
So thank you guys. Thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Mary.
So we're going off now.
Yeah.
Take care.